What's up, Trevor? Waiting on a few people to get on here before I build one of these little O's. What y'all got going tonight? Anything good? And they're starting to come on now, so I'll glove up here in a second. I'm going to build a 1-pound black powder, but it's going to have 3 colors in the delay. It'll be blue, purple, and red. And then, of course, I'll stick a salute on the end of it. Did a little poll not too long ago, and y'all decided y'all wanted a rocket, so here it be. Let me grab my drill. That's one thing I didn't bring in here. I gotta drill that bulkhead. I hope it's stable tonight. Y'all can kind of let me know. I am going to get a Starlink system so that I will have really good stable signal for these lives in the future. Yeah, Trevor, I will call. I just had a moment tonight to do this, so I want to take advantage of it. I've been busier than a cat covering up shit on concrete, if you know what I mean. Alright, well, there's quite a bit on here now, so I'm going to glove up and I'm going to build y'all a rocket. When the gloves go on, I come Dr. Longfinger in here. So this will be a 1-pound nozzled black powder, and in my BP I mixed a little bit of D1 glitter, so it'll go from glitter to blue flame, to purple flame, and then to red flame. And I'm going to use a hybrid spindle. Most important thing is to wax the spindle well. So we'll rub on a whole good layer. Make sure there's no shiny spots. This is especially important on strobe rockets, which we will do next time. I figured I would just do a simple black powder with some effect. Now this rocket may end up a 2-stage. Use a whistle, Cohet 8-ounce by Blaze Rocket Tools. You can check them out. He's got some high quality hardware for you guys. So, and then the tube is basically a standard 1-pound. It's got a layer inside to make the inside coated. For you guys that wax, I don't think you need to wax your tubes with this coating. And this tube will be available later this year. It's a way more cost-effective alternative to NEPT. This one's by Pyro Paper Products, Dragon Tubes. He's got some way better value in his rockets between the price and the shipping and the equal, or if not slightly better quality. I'm switching over, and the only thing I have to do is switch my blocks. All the tooling is the same. Of course, we got my 1-pound support here. Let's get her tightened up. Now this rocket, 1 pound, it basically, you know, BP is about 5,000 psi, but I push mine a little harder, get a little hotter burn on it, a little more distance out of it, duration. Do how you please. 8,000 psi in this tooling is about 3,800 actual on your pressure to force gauge. On this rocket here on BP and the fuels I'm using, let me get the camera turned here a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. And I think with this rocket having the glitter tail as well, that if I put a booster, make it a 2-stage, that means 2 motors of propulsion. That's a real 2-stage. These ones you see with the whistles calling out a stage is just to each their own, but that's a fuse to me. So, but I think this rocket would benefit from that. Get it up high so you can see that comet tail, and then watch it, you know, do the color changes. So let's get this thing rolling. We'll start off on bentonite clay, ground up kitty litter, whatever you want to use. All the same shit. About that much. Hybrid tooling. You can do whistles and strobes and black powder, all these on this one set. It's basically a duo, and it's got a good spindle size and length. It has plenty of power. So what we're going to do is press it to that second line right there on that rammer, and watch my gauge here. Second increment's 4,000, so between 2 and 4 is 3. This being black powder, as long as I hit 3,000, just a little more, we'll be in the clear. Let's see if I got the right amount of clay the first shot. Probably going to have to put a little more in it. Whoop. Nah, it's perfect. If you do a couple hundred or 1,000 of these, you get pretty good at guessing. By the spoon, I tell how much each increment is. So you don't want to exceed the bore of your rocket motor. You don't want to exceed that in each increment. Put that in there. Shake it down. Press the shit out of it. Should put that lid back on that, huh? After each increment. That's a good idea. And I didn't exceed, so I can put a little more on each increment. Adjust. You can always put more if you don't have enough to put in each rammer, but you can't take any out once it's in there. And you don't want to be scratching around in there trying to get that out, because it's not going to happen like you think. This BP is pretty dense, so it compresses well, and it is granulated and sifted. I'll do that for the dust. Some guys wet their BP. I don't do that. I just mesh it 100 minus, and as long as you do that, you'll be all right like this. We should be getting close to that rammer being completed. You see how I did that, and it actually raised the rammer up even more because it piles up. May have to go one more small. Yeah. I like to give it a double roll. I don't even want to talk about what that was. Let's just say I'll be picking some stars up in a minute. I bounced it a little too hard, didn't I? Yeah, one more half increment and then we'll switch rammers. As I switch rammers, I'll read the stream and see what y'all got saying going on. Alright, this will definitely be the last increment on this rammer, because even if it goes slightly past, I can adjust. Oh, it's perfect. 2. Now we'll go to the second rammer and continue with the BP. This will go pretty quick now. I'm taking a leisurely pace here. Three-quarters of an inch each increment, almost perfect each time, huh? Second rammer will take like 2.5 increments. How's the weather in y'all's areas? It's been sucking down here. Okay, one more small increment and then that rammer's done. I'm currently in a burn ban, so all the things that I'm building will be a little burn ban show at the end. If we ever get some rain here in North Texas, it's dry and hot, man. This coming week's supposed to be worse than it's been too. Alright, second's done. We're on to the third rammer, and then we'll get to the colors. Two more good ones, maybe 2.5, and then we'll switch to the third or fourth and final rammer. Mostly what this rocket fuel is when I'm granulating or making rolling rice husk. Everything left in the bucket and leftovers and stuff, I sift. And if it passes through that 100, it makes great black powder fuel. Live string's not that hot tonight. It had 37 at one point and then it went away. I'm just going to keep on keeping on, whether there's anybody there or not. probably the last increment on that rammer. Get to the color stuff after I finish with this one. Yeah, one more. And then I'll switch it to the blue, purple, and red delay. And then this will be a salute rocket, so I'll set it up for that. That should get us where I want to be. Oh yeah. So from here, oh shit, that rammer was full of black powder. Made a mess. I'll just leave that for after the video. Anyway, so first color we're going to add to the effect is blue, and yes, it says fountain. That's basically what I use it for. This one's got a very nice blue color to it. So for the blue flame, and this is pretty slow burning, so you don't need a whole lot for the delay I'm wanting to run. Now this is a different blue than most people use. I use copper benzoate in this fuel. Put that in there. I think it needs to touch more there. Just a gram more. Alright, now we'll go to our file and flat rammer. Shows to be about would be about a 1/4 inch of that, which is good. Press it just like the black powder. Yeah, that's probably good for that fuel, how slow it is. Now, I don't actually have to use a purple fuel. So when I put this red fuel on top of that, when it starts crossing over, it will turn purple for a moment or two first. So, and almost the same as the BP increment. We'll see how that presses out. Like I said, these fuels burn slower. You don't want to just fill it up. It'll round trip on you, and that's frowned upon in rockets. Perfect. And then now I'm going to put a clay bulkhead in it. And it don't take a lot of this. You want the full increment to be about a 1/4 inch all the way across. That's it. And this will be the bottom of the salute portion of this rocket. This is what will make it a cracker of sorts. And then the next step with that is to fill it full of comp to explode. First, you got to drill the bulkhead out first, and then you just one hole, and then when you put the plug in the other end, that's the salute portion. So let's get it out of the block, and I'll show you how I remove these 1-pounders. Some people use a little tool. Shit. Let me drop that. I don't have to use the tool on a 1 pound. 3 pound, yeah. They get pretty tough. I've done them, but I do have that tool, and my 3 pound does 1 pound as well if you're careful. But like I say, up to 1 pound, no problem. Splitter. and then I tap like that, and it releases it. And then just the way I do it, it's real simple. You can use any block. I'm just going to use the 1 pound block that I was pressing in. And then I pull my press down, just hold the sucker, and mine's ratcheting. So see, when I hold it down, I can lean on the handle, and you just turn it to where you're comfortable, and then twist. Woo! Goodness. Let me get a better grip on this. Let me reset. Gonna make a fool out of me, ain't it? I do have a piece of aluminum here that I normally use. I get this thing in the right angle, she'll turn loose. Let me get this handle down further where I can get full tilt on it. Wipe my gloves off for grip. Crazy. All right. Well, let's bust out the tool. Do that. Remove the spindle from its base. Let me find my removal tool here. Where did I put it? Ah, here we go. I guess I did have it, didn't I? How dumb. So like I said, this is a 3 pound one, and I'm going to pull this 1 pounder with it. And to do this thing, it's real simple. It's got a nut. So you loosen, you run it down in there like that till it's in the spindle. And then you hold the screw, and I use my press to hold my T-handle. I didn't expect this sucker to do this. Just trying to roll, hang on. There we go. Make sure this is in camera. So put your wrench on and turn this nut till it tightens up. Screw it up in there a little further. There it goes. It's tightening up now. So now you just make this nut tighten up more. It should pop loose here in a second. Damn. What in tarnation? Let me loosen that back up. This is worst case scenario on a live stream, ain't it? They are usually not this difficult to remove. Well. And y'all saw me wax that spindle. Can't tell if it broke or slipped. This is one of them pyro moments you come across that you don't get to see. What in the world? I don't know if I've ever had one feel that tight. Back that nut up some. Screw that motor up on there a little further. Not really screwing up in there far enough. I'm afraid I'm going to pull that center out. The struggle is real. Man, my screw is stripping out is what's happening. I better back this sucker off. Like the screws might be a little bent, but it does not explain now. I'm going to put it back in the stand. And then give her some what for and see if I can't pop that sucker loose. And if I can't, what I have to do is warm this sucker up. And usually I do it in the daytime. Set it out in the sun for a few minutes. You let it get hot, and then they come right out. Let me see if I can get positioned here. Get that sucker out. That's crazy how tight that is. For a black powder, shit. Whistle rocket, yeah, they'd do that. Alright. Come on. Get me to kick the camera. Right off. See that? Just had to give her a yank. Good Lord. Now what I got to do is drill that clay bulkhead. Fill it full of some comp. You can put whistle, you can put flash, you can put just throw in it, which I probably will do. And then glue a plug in. I'll get it drilled and purdied up and on a stick, and then I'll make a video about it. So while I'm standing here and the live stream's still going, if you want to comment or ask questions, would be a very good time to do that. I can interact now. That's true, Trevor. Pyro Escalito. I have hydraulic presses, but I prefer my 15-ton arbor press for my location. It works out great. My biggest press is 100-ton. Yeah, that's a monster. And I got a 20-ton, and then this arbor is 15, and I've got a 5 and a couple of 1-tons. And I take my time with the arbor press. I don't get in a hurry to build shit. I used to do that 20 years ago, but these days I do this shit for fun, man. I just ease through it, relax. It makes me feel good. I'm not here to impress nobody. I'm just here to build them and hope y'all like them. That's all. Yeah, I got Trevor. I got him one here. Oh, yeah, the spindle removal tool. That thing sucks, dog. That's why I don't know how to use them. That one finally popped out, thank God. But, yeah, they're kind of clumsy. I mean, if you gotta have it, you gotta have it. You know what I'm saying? I have thought of some better designs to make it work better, where you stick it down in it and you just push a handle down it, yanks that spindle right out. Maybe I'll put that up here one day. That sketch. See if somebody can help me build this thing. By the way, I'm going to build a star roller. Do a little series on how to build one of those. Any other kind of pyro tools y'all want to see, be sure to let me know that shit, and we'll figure that crap out together. Be some good content, I think. Shout out to Blaze Pyro Tools and Pyro Paper Company, or Pyro Paper Products. Mark's the man on these tubes, and that's how you do it, boys. That's an entry-level solid rocket. We'll stick a stick on it on the next video, and then I'll post it up. Thanks for joining. Peace.